everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and welcome to my studio. Kind of a nice, fun office. I'm originally from Long Island, which means I grew up talking like this, but I don't do that anymore, because it's hard to be professional with that kind of attitude. I mean, it worked for Snooki, doesn't work for me. So where am I now? Well, now I'm a 54-year-old mother of twins. In fact, I should show you that to start with, because this is one of the reasons that I do everything. So one of the reasons I was 208 pounds to start with. Yeah, I pushed out two 7-pound babies at 42. Let me tell you something, if you wait 42 years to get kids, you have a very different view when they actually show up. How cute are they when they were 2? I mean, seriously, would you walk through water or anything to get to those blue eyes? But I'm an actress, a TV host, I've been on Broadway, I've hosted the X Games. I had a very nice, fun career. Unfortunately, most of my life I was overweight. I grew up in Long Island. I'd broken my nose when I was 8 years old. I had this weird bump on my nose, frizzy hair. My parents' idea for Friday and Saturday night was Kentucky Fried Chicken, McDonald's, and my mom was, I love you mom, was here by the way. I love you mom, my mom and dad. Good Long Island Jewish parents. 260 pounds of my mother Jewish parent. Yeah, so I grew up fighting my weight most of my life. Now that's really hard when you want to be a dancer and an actress. So most of my 20s and my 30s, I was on every single diet known to man. And I spent all my time dancing. So I was large. In fact, you're gonna hate this, but think Cheryl Burke, Dancing with the Stars. When I was there, chunky was not good. There was no America Ferrara. Oh wait, so get back to the television thing. So when I had twins and I couldn't work because I was so huge, I put my daughter on Days of Our Lives. That would be her. She was little baby Joy. And her brother, who she still gives shit to this day, was the twin who never got to go on, although he did get a nice paycheck. Now this, oh wait, okay, that's not their father. That would be Timothy Dalton on an airplane. I just think the two of them, my daughter and his smile, could have been a James Bond moment, but it wasn't. What else do I have here to show you? I have, oh, handsome love of my life. Los Angeles boy, his father was vice president of the Teamsters. Can you say tough? You want to talk competitive? Yeah, so him, full All-American Notre Dame scholarship, 6'6". Yes, you spend a lot of time looking up at my husband. What do I have here? I have, oh wait, oh sorry, not my husband. This is a Michael York photo. No, I did a movie with him. Don't be jealous, I just did a movie with him. But I think the last photo I have to share with you would be the Riley family. So that would be me, hubby, McKenna, and Riker, and that is a candy cake. Yes, so Tom now weighs about 300 pounds. I continue to fight my weight, but this is his idea of a birthday cake. You take a sheet cake and you load it with candy. You want to know about obstacles? Yes. How do you still be on TV as a fitness person and live with him? I love you. Okay, so you want to know what I do for a living. Well, one of the things I do is I talk. I still work as an actress and a TV host, but about 5 years ago I did the craziest thing. I had the lead in a TV series for Fox, and they replaced me with Bo Derek. And they squished my dreams, and they shattered everything that I had, and I left Hollywood, and I moved out to Tampa, Florida, St. Pete. That's where we are right now. You're in my studio. In fact, if you look above, you'll see I designed these. I am a magician. I love doing magic tricks when I'm not doing other things. But I also happen to be in England, and I came across a little office toy. Now, when my agent let me go and said, yeah, your acting career is pretty much over, you're 40 years old and you don't have a failed TV series and you keep losing parts to Kim Cattrall and Mary Louise Parker, I think you should go brand yourself. I didn't know what that meant. What do you mean brand yourself? So in between all my acting jobs in Los Angeles, I did a really wacky day job. I hosted infomercials. Come here, I'll show you something. So you're in my studio at the moment, and one of the most famous infomercials of all time, I got to do with a man named Jack LaLanne. In fact, I met him initially with my 2 little babies. Can you see that? So that would be me and Jack on the set of the Jack LaLanne Power Juicer right here. Not only did I win a lot of awards for that show, but we made a ton of money. And my other famous show, can you see this, me and Montel Williams? Yeah, I did a thing called the Health Master Blender. So I've been associated with health and good eating, and I finally figured out my weight because I had a 65-inch waist when I was pregnant with my kids. So all this is nice. I've made lots of people, well, I've made other people lots of money. 5 years ago, I found this. Come here. This was an office toy. You know, it's funny, I have this theory about toys that train. If you think about a bicycle, in the hands of Lance Armstrong, it's a major tool, right? Christy Yamaguchi takes a pair of my kids' ice skates and wins a gold medal. I took basically a yo-yo and created what's called a SpinGym. Now, not as easy as it looks. When I first created this and came up with the ideas, nobody wanted it. Nobody thought it was going to do anything. In fact, if you just look at it, you think, wow, what could that possibly do? Let me share something with you. It can tone your arms, it can work your shoulders, it can work your back. Also, check this out, you can sit at a computer and you get a heart-pumping cardio workout. You can't do that with weights, you can't do that with a machine, you can't do that with resistance bands. Now, how did I know what to do exercise-wise? I'll tell you. In 1982, in Los Angeles, I got mugged. You know, it's funny, I have this theory that you're the sum of the obstacles you overcome. And I have a whole lot of really crappy ones to share with you if that's part of what you want to hear. It was right after work one day, I was walking to my car, a group of kids jumped out, and I got hurt pretty bad. Well, I found myself, I'm breathing heavy, and I just spin gymmed for a few minutes. I found myself in a dojo. I ended up a brown belt in Taekwondo, then I did Wing Chun and Aikido, and I've pretty much been fighting for the last 30 some odd years. You mix that with 1992, I broke my knee in a skiing accident, and I decided if my acting career is over and I can't even stand up very well, I should become a massage therapist. It's either that or I like seeing people naked. Healthy combination of both, and I got my license, but you learn about anatomy and bodies. I'm also a dancer, I was also overweight. You mix that all up and you put this in my hands. You know what you get? You get this crazy effective fighting tool that burns calories, that works on tendons, that helps repair shoulders. To me, the greatest fitness product on the planet. So now you're going to ask me, well, that's pretty nice. Does it work? How much money did I invest? You got a whole series of questions. In fact, I've asked a girlfriend of mine over there, read me some of the questions they want me to answer.
Why will people feel that they must have or use your fitness product?
Oh, why will you feel that you must have it? Let me share something with you. I sell SpinGym all day, every day out of the back of my car. All you have to do is touch and feel a SpinGym. You give me 30 seconds, and people go, oh my gosh, this is amazing, I've never felt anything like this. And in fact, I think I have some friend of mine, I'll share with you on tape exactly what that is. Next.
How far along is the development of your fitness concept? Is it just an idea, working prototype, business plan, or is it an existing product?
Come here. How far along is SpinGym? So here's the deal. I launched SpinGym initially and nobody wanted it. I developed all these exercises, which by the way, I just got a US patent on my exercises. It took 5 years. So much for being an overnight success, right? But here's the thing, ask yourself, you've never heard of a SpinGym, have you? Well, I've sold 1 million of these. Now, they now not only come in silver like the original, but they come in this pretty pink. Can you see all this? And they come in blue and sparkles and orange and green and oh yeah, check this out. How many fitness products have you ever seen that are that effective and also turn into a necklace? I mean, seriously, try wearing a dumbbell around your neck. I guess you could, but you'd look pretty silly. So one of the secrets of my success with this is that you carry it with you everywhere. You can get an amazing workout in just 5 minutes. Come here for a second, I'll show you. Have SpinGym will travel. By the way, I don't go anywhere without this. So not only do I sell these on home shopping's around the world, but here's the point. We've done that, but nobody knows that we're here. Not yet. Which is kind of the strategy behind this whole thing. So if you come into my office, okay, this is my conference room. This is a building that SpinGym built. Ask me how well it did. So far, I've invested $1 million in SpinGym. And so far, every year since then, it throws off well more than that. But in a very small world. Come here for a second. I'll show you. We've actually managed to get you a couple of magazines, but again, we're still completely unknown, which is amazing to me. They call me in this magazine the $2 billion baby, mostly because I've sold $2 billion of other people's stuff. When I talked to your casting director, she said, isn't it about time, Forbes, that you ended up doing something for you? I believe that your fitness show could do that. I am a fierce competitor. I have story after story about how much it took blood, sweat, and tears to get here, arguing with US Customs, spending a week with people I didn't even know. It's a long story. You want to know? Invite me in. I'll tell you what else it did. See this article? It says, how can you be healthy and still die? So as successful as I've been with the product, sometimes being successful in running your own business causes enough stress that you get a kidney stone because you stop drinking water and your blood goes septic and you end up in intensive care. And I think the doctor said something about, if you weren't so healthy, you just wouldn't be here. I have actually devoted everything I am and everything I have to this crazy little product. We're at the brink, literally at the brink of being something spectacular. What I need is I need you. I've watched what your company has done for shows and for people, from Biggest Loser and Jillian Michaels to all the other things that you guys work on. I think being associated with this, number one, this product has a whole lot of heart. I'll share a video with you of people in wheelchairs who can get cardio, of a guy who's got no arms and uses his hook to spin gym. This truly is the most amazing product on the planet. Oh, and by the way, not only does it do all your upper body, check this out, when you're lying down here and you want the most ridiculous ab exercise. In fact, you know what I do for fun? I sometimes take very fit athletes who think, oh, what could this do for me? Well, here's what they don't know. Is for SpinGym to work, every single muscle has to be engaged in your upper and your lower body, literally back and front. If you've got lots of muscles, you're gonna burn out faster. So I'll actually bet people $100. Literally put it down there. You want to talk about competitive? You got to see me go against professional wrestlers, bodybuilders, and some of the football players here in Florida. It's actually pretty funny. All right, so you got another question for me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the market for this and why?
What is the market for this? Anybody who breathes. There's only been one person on the planet so far that I couldn't get to SpinGym. Nick Vysechek. He's a motivational speaker. He has no arms and no legs. And he travels in a wheelchair that's pretty high, but he does everything. The only thing he can't do is SpinGym. Short of that, every person in a hospital bed, every airline pilot who sits cramped in a cabin, anybody who is in a wheelchair needs a SpinGym. If you're going in your gym and you're doing big stuff, that's great for you. But then what did you do at 4 o'clock in the afternoon? What do you do when you're obese and you don't feel like working out? Play with the SpinGym. You know what it does? It burns up to 1,000 calories an hour, and you can still do it while watch television. Now we haven't even gotten to the classes. I got more. Come here. All right, so right here. The next step in SpinGym, which I haven't started, is my SpinGym classes. I mean, I've done a couple, but we're certifying people all around the world. Here's the funny thing about Zumba, which, by the way, what is Zumba? Zumba's like Latin dancing to music. Really? I got something so much more. So we just started our certification. Here's my manual. We have gotten people teaching and testing and master trainers, and then because the thing is, I'm married for like 23 years, right? I get to hang out with guys with no shirts on. At the very least, that is one reason I absolutely love my product. Did I say how much I love my product? Okay, the other thing that's really cool about SpinGym is that because you can do it anywhere, you can actually pick up somebody. No, seriously, there's nothing more fun than just kind of SpinGymming and somebody saying, hey, what is that? And you put it in their hands and they do it. They fall in love with it, you get to touch them, and life is really good. What's next?
Why is your idea the next best thing?
Why is my idea the next best thing? My idea is the next best thing? Oh my gosh. There is nothing like a SpinGym. You know, I've been in the fitness industry since it started. One of the things I did with Jacob, Body by Jacob, is we had a TV series called Fit TV. For 5 years, I introduced every health and wellness product in a QVC style format. I've seen everything. I've seen resistance bands, I've seen torso trainers, ab machines, leg machines, this machine, that machine, slam man, this drink, that pill. Let me share something with you. Nothing is as effective as a SpinGym, fits in your hand, is portable, cute, comes in colors, and actually works. It does so much more than it says. I mean, you can't imagine till you feel it. Shake Weight had nothing on this, and Shake Weight was a $100 million company. That's one reason you don't know about SpinGym just yet, and one reason I need your help. I haven't launched it as an infomercial because I didn't want it to look like, oh, that's a little yo-yo. It's not what it is. I have now gotten case studies in hospitals, rehab doctors, and oh wait, come here, I'll show you something. This is what I want to show you. I don't think that Shake Weight has a US patent, not on the product itself, but a utility patent on the exercises. This took me 5 years, that's my picture by the way. It's actually a whole thing about me. It's the coolest thing. You could make one of these, you just can't do anything with it because I own the patent. I own a patent. Can I tell you how much time, energy, money goes into getting a patent on a product? Not on a product, but on what it does. Think about this. If Joseph Pilates had a patent on Pilates, I mean seriously, he's the guy who invented it. People always ask me, so who taught you to do all these exercises? I did. I don't know where they all came from. They came from being an overweight, struggling dancer. They came from the fact that people hate their bingo wings. These are 54-year-old arms, by the way. I gotta tell you, they used to be kind of bigger. I grew up in Long Island where you got big honking arms. Check these out. It's because I SpinGym. Yes?
All right. What has been your biggest challenge so far?
Come with me. So the question is, what has been my biggest challenge so far? Well, there's been a couple of them. first, and by the way, welcome to my studio. I actually own the studio. This is a place that I built. Why not have your own talk show, your own space to get to do whatever you want? And it's called the Unreality Show. If my husband ever and I split up, I can live in the unhouse. Is it too bright in here? Okay, and then come here. This is, so this is every girl's dream. This is the ultimate makeup room. I mean, seriously, how cool is this? This is my motto right here. I wanted you to see this. It's called Dream It, Believe It, Achieve It. Now, when you're in the dream it stage, there's a lot of obstacles. Personally, one of my biggest obstacles was when my foster son got murdered. After raising him for 12 years, he got shot and killed in the streets of Los Angeles on a Sunday morning on his way from getting his hair cut to church. Those times you just want to stop doing anything. With SpinGym, everything's been an obstacle. From the moment that I saw this and had a vision about what it could be, first 6 months of developing it, everybody laughed at me. No one thought that I could do anything with this product. In fact, my first time I gave it away for Christmas, the woman gave it back to me. Then I launched on a TV series called Pitch Men. Okay, we did a little reality show with this. And the truth is, I got my head handed to me on national television. It was Billy Mays and Anthony Sullivan. They did an infomercial, and I didn't understand that reality wasn't quite reality, and they wanted to make a point that perhaps maybe a woman shouldn't host infomercials or run her own company. Whatever the point was, they said this would never go anywhere. So the fact is that I do millions with this product. Sadly, Billy Mays died. I would like a second chance to show everybody that it is as amazing as I said it is. Yeah?
What do your family and friends think of your fitness concept?
What do my family and friends think of my fitness concept? Depends on where in the process you ask them. My husband, when I came home with this from England, which is where I found it, it was an office toy, I said, okay, go for it. You know what he did? He allowed me to mortgage my house and my kids' education and every single thing we owned to get our first order of SpinGyms. I risked in a way that I've never risked before. I can't even believe that literally I pushed all my chips in on something like this. Now, if you're watching this, you got to ask yourself, who's that stupid to bet their entire life savings on the yo-yo? I know what I have. I have the next greatest fitness product.